So, coming in to pitch for the Bobcats now is a right-handed pitcher, the sophomore from Dallas, Georgia, North Paulding High School. It's Brooks Luther. Great job today by Charlie Heck for the Bobcats. Charlie is a junior. He'll be back next year. He's from Johns Creek, Georgia, Johns Creek High School. His parents are here today to see him in this last Peach Belt Conference series regular season. So Charlie will be vital to the Bobcats down the stretch here as we go into the Peach Belt tournament in a couple of weeks. Bobcats have one more game here against the Canes today. It'll be immediately following this game. They'll have a short break in between. We've got 7 seniors to honor. It's senior day. They're going to do it in between the game 1 and game 2. The reason they do it that way is there were several parents had to fly in from different parts of the country to be here for their son's senior day. Again, those seniors are Grant Kahn, Will Bagwell, Brandon Benson, Clayton Ayers, Kane Keith, Brady Walsh, and Phillip Stiles. So these 7 seniors playing their last season with the Bobcats and having fun today in this 23-4 Bobcat romp so far. So Brooks Luther comes in with runners at third and second and 1 out here in the top of the 7th. Brooks Luther's a sidearm pitcher. Very effective a few times he's been in this season. Had some good outings for us. Good to see him on the hill. So number 27, Brooks Luther, the right-handed sophomore from Dallas, Georgia, comes in here in the top of the 7th in game 1 of this doubleheader today. So standing in is number 7, the first baseman, Jared Jones for the Canes to face Luther. Luther comes set. His first pitch is a curveball, and it's over at the knees for a call strike, 0-1. So Luther comes in wasting no time throwing strikes. It's a different look for these batters with this. There's a curveball, and it's popped toward first base. Clayton Ayers is running over. He's got room, and he makes the catch. And he prevents the runner from tagging up at third. Actually, that was John in for Clayton. I didn't see him come in. So beautiful play by John Davis. He had to kind of go back toward the Kane bullpen and made the catch over his shoulder. So a great play there by John Davis. He's one of the roommates with Brady Walsh, Brandon Purcell, and Brandon Benson. He had a unfortunate injury at the beginning of the season. But anyway, he's in now to play in place of Clayton Ayers at first to give him a break to get ready for game 2. So a great play by John Davis to get out number 2. So let's see if Brooks can pitch us out of this. There's another curveball over for a strike. It's 1-1. The first pitch here to Barron was a ball. The second curveball was over for a call strike. It's 1-1. So Luther wastes no time. He's in the groove. Here's the pitch. Curveball over at the knees again. It's 1-2. So Luther's come out of the bullpen throwing strikes. He inherited a second, third, and 1 out. And here's the 1-2 pitch from Luther. A curveball almost had him. It looked like the same pitch, but he didn't ring him up. It was close. Could have had him either way. Borderline pitch, but it was called a ball. It's 2-2. Brooks comes set. Here's the 2-2 pitch. Curveball further outside this time. Purcell gets away about a foot from him. So the count goes full. Let's see if he can get Barron to swing and miss here. Zach Barron from Woodland, Alabama, played at Southern Union Community College for the Canes with a full count. First base is open. Here's the 3-2. He throws it a little bit further outside. It doesn't get away. Purcell made a great play there to stab that one and keep it from getting to the backstop. But it's a walk, and the bases are full now.
Number 2, Will Redding.
So Will Redding steps to the plate. He's got a single, a strikeout, and a fly to right. He's officially 1 for 3, so he stands in to face Luther. First pitch is a ball outside, 1-0. There's the pitch. It's hammered to left field, and that's going to probably score 2 runs. It went in between Cal and Benson. Evan Trout throws it in to Cal Gentry at third. So a single plates 2 runs, and now the score is 23-6. Still 2 outs in the inning. And that'll bring to the plate the catcher, number 34.
Zach Jones.
He came in earlier for the starting catcher, Dakota Long. So number 34, Zach Jones, is in now. First pitch is a curveball over for a strike. It's 0-1. Barron's out at second. Will Redding's at first. There's 2 outs. And Zach Jones at the plate to face Brooks Luther. The pitch, curveball, swung on and missed. It's 0-2. Here's the 0-2 pitch from Luther. Swung on and struck him out swinging, so Luther gets out of it. Gets another K for the Bobcats. Bobcats have 9 strikeouts today. That's the first by Luther, and that retires the side. The Canes pick up 2 runs on 1-2 hits, a couple of walks. There were 2 men left on base. After 6.5, it's your Bobcats 23, the Canes 6. So Brooks Luther returns out on the bump for the Bobcats here in the 8th. He's finishing his warm-up tosses. And now coming into the game to catch will be number 13, Josh Fellows. So let's see, around the horn now, you've got 25. Aaron Moore is now in at third base for the Bobcats. Garrett Green has moved over from second to short. Cal Gentry. Let's see, check that. Cal Gentry will be at short, I guess. We'll see in a moment when they get to the position. So all the infielders have been shuffled around, and Eller's resting his players and hopefully getting ready for game 2, giving some other guys a chance to play. So a great job here by the coaching staff to get all the guys in. So Eller's got a lot of changes. So let's see what we got. We got Will Bagwell's out in right.
26, Bradley Huff.
I think it's still Logan Maddox is still out in center. It's Evan Trout in left. Josh Fellows is behind the plate now and catching. You got John Davis at first base. You got Cal Gentry's out at second. Garrett Green's at short. And Aaron Moore, number 25, is at third base. As the Bobcats defensive lineup as we hit into the top of the 8th. Looking for 6 outs. First pitch is a curveball over for a call strike. It's 0-1. Brooks Luther came in and got us out in the top of the 7th. He's back in here in the 8th. Here's the pitch. Curveball is down low. Looked like a better pitch than the first one. It's called a ball. It's 1-1. Come set. Here's the pitch. Foul back to the screen. It's 1-2. Brooks Luther facing number 26, Bradley Huff. Pretty sure Huff is the DH, but he may have gone in for someone. We're not sure. Here's the pitch. It's down and in for a ball. It's 2 balls, 2 strikes. Number 1, Damon Hall, is coming in to pitch hit for Southwestern. He's on deck for the Canes. He's from Dayton, Ohio, played at Grambling State University. The pitch is hit in between Garrett Green and Aaron Moore into left field for a base hit and a leadoff single for the Canes. And now we'll get to see Damon Moore. This will be his first official at bat. He's come in for the Canes here in a pinch hitting situation.
Diamond Hall.
Back.
I saw that.
A good name for a baseball player.
Yeah,
Diamond.
but it spells it kind of unusually.
I've lost my sheet. What do I do with it? There it is. Swung on and missed. 1 ball, 1 strike now to Diamond.
Where's Diamond from?
He's from Dayton, Ohio.
Came all the way down to Georgia Southwestern in Americus, Georgia.
Here's the 1-1 pitch from Luther. Here it is. Curveball chopped off and got the umpire under the arm. It bounced off the plate and kind of came up under his left arm and caught him. Count goes to 1-2. Josh Fellows in at catching. Garrett Green at short. Cal Gentry at second. And Aaron Moore's out at third with John Davis at first. Holding the runner close is Davis. Luther comes set. And the 1-2 pitch. It's a curveball hit to right field. Back goes Bagwell. Back. He makes the catch at the track. What a catch by Will Bagwell. He actually came in several steps and then realized he had to backtrack, and he had to really go back hard and caught it at the wall back at the NCAA tournament sign up against the wall and right. A great catch by Bagwell. So the runner at first had to retreat. He had already made it all the way to second, thinking it was going to be over his head. So now back to the top of the order in the hot-hitting Alan Cranick. He comes to bat. He's already got 3 hits on the day. First pitch is down low for a ball, 1-0. Having a hard time here, but
Take a rest.
I need to, don't I? Hit hard to Aaron Moore at third. He gloved it, but it glanced off his glove, and he was unable to get it back in time, so the runners will move up 90 feet. That'll go as an error at third base. It was hit right down the line, and he kind of backhanded it, hit in his glove, but kicked out into foul territory before he could pick it up. They had already reached base safely, so now Evan Alderman stands in. He has singled twice, struck out, and walked, so officially he's 2 for 3. First pitch is a curveball over there for a strike. So the Canes have runners at first and second, 1 out here in the top of the 8th. The pitch. Shot foul, and it goes off the chest protector of the umpire and bounces back into fair territory, so Josh Fellows will pick it up. They switch out the baseballs. And the count goes to 0-2 to Evan Alderman. He was there with Corey and Will, too. Brooks Luther comes set now with the 0-2 count. Here's the pitch. Chopped just over the pitcher's mound. Coming in, Cal Gentry makes a great play behind the mound. It was a slow roller chopped just over Brooks' head, so Cal had to come off the dirt into the infield play behind the mound, scooped it up, and his only play was to first base, and he made it.
Can you see the whole field?
Number 20, Jonathan Harden.
2 outs in the inning. The Canes move up 90 feet, so we got runners at second and third now with 2 outs. And Jonathan Martin stands in. He is officially 1 for 4. Got 2 strikeouts, flied out to center, and he singled. First pitch is a ball, 1-0. The Canes have doubled them up, or I'm sorry, the Bobcats have doubled them up with the hits. 22 hits to 11 so far. But where it counts, they've more than tripled them. It's 23-6 on the runs. So 23 runs, 22 hits, and 2 errors for the Bobcats. 6 runs and 11 hits and 1 error for the Canes. We're in the top of the 8th with 2 outs. And Brooks Luther with a 2-0 count. Gets the sign. Here's the 2-0 pitch. This one's a beauty. It's a curve in there for a strike. 2 balls and 1 strike. Here's the pitch from Luther. Curveball's hit right toward first. Bad hop, but John Davis is able to stay with it and beats him to the bag for the out and the force out. So Canes get no runs, pick up a couple of hits. They leave 2 men on base. We played 7.5. The Bobcats 23, the Canes 6. We'll be back in just a moment on the Benson Bobcat Baseball Network. All right, we're back here at the Kurtz. Brooks Luther looks like he's going to stay in and finish it off for the Bobcats. Getting 3 innings of good work here, doing a great job for the Bobcats. He inherited a couple of runners when he came into the game. Gave up just that 1 hit and scored those 2 runners. But those will be charged to Charlie. But nonetheless, it's 23-6 Bobcats. Brooks Luther got him out the last inning with no score. And he'll look to finish it off here in game 1 of this doubleheader today. Canes took game 1 last night. This is game 2. Game 1 of the doubleheader today. So we'll have game 3 shortly to follow if we can get 3 outs here in the ninth. Bobcats lead at 23-6. And let's see who's leading it off. It's going to be, looks like a pinch hitter, but I can't tell his number, so we'll see here in just a minute. Takes a hack at it, first pitch. Garrett Greens drops him back. Evan Trout come flying in and called off Garrett Green at the last minute, and he made a catch. And they're all laughing about it, but it could have been bad if they'd have gotten hit there, and that was close. So that was number 14 for the Canes, pinch hitting Andy Moore. Andy Moore came in to pinch hit for Jared Jones. So 1 out in the inning, 1 pitch, 1 out. That pitch is outside for a ball, 1-0. Garrett was backing up on the play. Center fielder was coming in, and Evan Trout was dashing over from left, caught him off at the last minute. Charging hard as Cal Gentry makes the play to first. It'll go 4-3 in the books. It got just past Luther at the mound. So Cal charged it quickly, gloved it, made the flip over to John Davis for out number 2. And just like that, there's 4 pitches and 2 outs here in the top of the ninth. So the Bobcats looking to even this series up in a big way. They've had an offensive explosion here in game 2 after only scoring 5 last night. 23-6, the Bobcats are 1 out away from moving up to 15-8 in the Peach Belt. Hopefully we can get some help from, I think it's Montevelo's playing USC Aiken. If we can get them to beat Aiken, we can move back into a tie for second place, hopefully get a second bid, but we'll see how it goes. The doubleheader today. First pitch is a ball, and the next one's a curveball over for a strike to Will Renning. It's the last hope here for the Canes, who are down in a big way, 23-6. I wish we could save some of these runs for next game. Here's the 1-1 pitch from Luther, hammered down third baseline. Great play by Aaron Moore. Long throw. He got him. He went all the way on the outfield grass, right on the line at third, and backhanded it. Planted his foot and made a long throw over to first and got him by half a step. It'll go 5-3 in the books, and that'll end it. The Bobcats win it 23-6 in game 2. It'll be game 3 will be immediately following. We're going to take a break, and we're going to enjoy some Senior Day festivities. And we'll be back in just a moment from the Benson Bobcat Baseball Network for game 2. Stay close.